Hello, everybody. Rooted, resilient, and unapologetic. Quick show of hands. Who has ever said yes when everything inside of you was screaming no? Yeah, me too. It's a big, thick set of social chains that we've been conditioned to accept. I wasn't just trained to say yes, I was born to be silenced. Today I speak for those who cannot speak and rise up for those who will never be able to break their chains. You see, I wasn't born into safety or sweetness or lullabies. I was born the throwaway daughter of a woman trapped in human trafficking. A woman whose next fix mattered more than what her pimp and dealer were doing with her newborn daughter. From the very beginning, I learned to survive. I learned that saying no could get me hurt and that being quiet kept me safe. I learned that no matter how many tears I cried, no one was going to be there to wipe them away. I learned how to endure the takers, the abusers, the ones who stole what was never meant for them. My voice was silenced from the moment I was conceived. And I wouldn't truly learn how to scream, not cry. I already knew the worthlessness of that, but scream until I gave birth to my own daughters. That's when everything changed. That's when the chains that kept me small shattered. That's when the phoenix fire in me woke up. I stopped asking who was going to save me and started becoming the woman they needed me to be. I went from meek and timid and victim to the on fire, space taking, truth speaking warrior standing in front of you today. Hopefully, your journey doesn't look too much like mine, but I know for many of you, it does. Some chains are harder to break than others, but we all carry the burden of our bondage. Mine, a snapshot memory scrapbook of perfectionism, never good enough, looking for love in all the wrong places, used and abused, self-harming, anxious, validation seeking, codependent, lose myself every time someone looks my way, lost, alone, afraid, guilty, and ashamed, though the sins I carried were never my own, stuck on an endless loop through a hell version of a life no one wanted, not even me sometimes. Slowly, painfully, with painstaking grit, breath after breath, healing happened. Slowly, I slid free of those chains. I built a life from a tiny spark of myself into an inferno filled by a lifetime of education seeking, growing, and healing. And filling the shattered places with gold, so though I will always be broken, those scars are transformed into something beautiful. Make no mistake, to find your true worth, to set yourself free, you will have to find your voice. You will have to claim your space, and you will have to decide that you're done living like you're optional, a burden, or unworthy. The worth myth. Let's kill the biggest lie we've ever been sold, that our worth has to be earned. Be likable, be agreeable, be the team player, be the martyr mom, the hot but humble wife, the helper, the healer, the freaking human Swiss Army knife. We were taught to audition for our own value again and again, and we've exhausted ourselves trying to prove that worthiness. So here's the truth. You were born worthy, not when you lose the weight, not when you finally forgive him, not when your kids stop melting down in Target. Right now, you are worthy, full stop. The system profits when we doubt ourselves. But guess what happens when we stop asking for permission? We become dangerous. And there is nothing I love more than dangerous women. core values are not cute. Let's talk identity. Not the curated Instagram version, not your resume or your ACEs scores. Who you are without the applause or the titles or the external validation. Your core values are your inner compass, the part of you that doesn't move just because someone else gets uncomfortable. Mine, truth, freedom, integrity, fire, and the calling out of things for what they are, even when it's messy and bloody and ugly. If you don't know your values, you'll end up shape-shifting to please every person in the room. That's not flexibility. That's serving up self-abandonment with a smile. So here's your new rule. You do not bend. You root. You stand tall and you face the storm with all its wind and rain, and you rise. The sacred and often secret weapon called no. Let's talk about the most badass, underused woman in the word in the woman's vocabulary. No. We've been guilted into thinking no is mean, rude, or aggressive. But listen, no is not a rejection. It's a declaration. No says, I don't owe you my time, my energy, or my peace. I am not available for dysfunction, disrespect, or dumbass games. Your no is sacred. It is holy ground. And if it makes someone uncomfortable, good. That's not your job to fix. Let them flinch. Let them adjust. Just let them. Take up space like you built the damn room. We've been told to be small since birth. Cross your legs. Lower your voice. Don't be bossy. Don't be loud. Don't be intimidating. You know what I say? Take up space. Big space, loud space, emotional, spiritual, full volume space. Take it like you built the damn room. Because maybe, just maybe, you're the one who was meant to. Your voice is not too much. Your standards are not high maintenance. Your energy is not intense. They're just not used to a woman who remembers who the hell she is. Living from a place of worth. So what does it look like when we live from worth instead of chasing it? You stop apologizing for things that weren't your fault. You stop playing dumb to make someone else feel smart. You stop shrinking so someone mediocre can feel tall. And you start doing this. Saying no without guilt. Walking away without explaining. Speaking up without softening your truth with 12 different disclaimers. Because you don't need to be digestible. You need to be undeniable. Our battle cry. So to every woman listening, you don't need fixing. You need remembering. You don't need to be more likable. You need to be more you. You don't need to wait for someone to hand you a mic. You are the mic. Let the world adjust to your volume. Let them fumble, recalibrate, squirm. That's not your problem. You were not made to be quiet. You were made to be heard. You were not made to be small. You were made to rise up. So take up space. Speak your truth. Burn the script. Reclaim your worth. And never, ever apologize for being powerful on purpose. Thank you. My name is Krista Fee. And if you want to know more about how I can help you lean into your light, rise up into your power, and master living the life on fire you were born for, book a free connection call using the link at the bottom of this live podcast. I can't wait to hear your battle cry.